What's going on, people? Live on Prime Show. Just like to do a little announcement today. So tomorrow, I'm setting up my channel. It's gonna launch, um, and we're gonna start, moving forward. Like you, Prime, we're gonna start moving forward with, some skits. Um, you know, politically, it's a reaction show, but it's also a football show. So it's not, yeah, it's not just gonna be football based as such. It's going to be more what's going on right now, how I feel about what's going on the news in the world, but also football based as well, because we are all football fans, of course. um Skits, animations. So yeah, man, guys, like and subscribe. I will be dropping the name and plug to my channel later on tonight when I get all that finalized on my Twitter, which is Shea J_O. So please make sure you go and check that out. And when you do, like and subscribe and share it out, people, please. Um, and we'll be doing our first show hopefully this Saturday. So watch out for that. But like I said, it's not really a football based show. There is a lot of football elements. We're gonna have football topics, football subjects, but mainly it's a reaction show. Me reacting to what's going on in the world. So on Saturday, we're going to be talking about the George Floyd case and Deontay Wright and Adam Toledo, and what's been going on with the shootings in America and unjust prejudice from the police towards our people, which is continuously been happening for 400 years and hasn't stopped. We're also going to touch on the systematic racism in this country, because I feel like that gets brushed under the carpet quite a lot as well, and what goes on in the UK, and how we have to deal with that, and how we can, as a people, begin to move forward and progress. So yeah, watch out for that, people. But also, like I said, we will be talking a lot about football, because we are all football fans. Prime being a Spurs fan, me being a Liverpool fan.
Chelsea fan. Chelsea fan.
Prime being a Chelsea fan, me being a Liverpool fan. So there will be football topics will be going live once a week at the end of the weekend to talk about the games that have just happened. And obviously, me being a Liverpool fan, I'll be talking a lot about FSG, what's going on with transfers, Klopp, my team. So yeah, man, you guys make sure to keep tuned in, and all your favorite guests will be on the show. Prime, Kai, Monster, bits and bobs, Shocks, Indiana, Jim, Ads. So all your favorite guys will be on, will make an appearance on the show as well. Hopefully we can get a few special guests on there as well. But yeah, man, that's
you see this guy, he disappears for 3-4 months. I don't hear from him. All of a sudden he comes back, wants to do a channel. Where have you been? Liverpool have been losing for the past 3-4 months. Where have you been?
Listen, I've been hibernating, bro. I've been hiding, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This past few months has been depressing for me, bro. Like, I didn't feel like it could get any worse. When I woke up to you and David sending me messages when we got beat by Villa 7-2, and I didn't even watch the game. I fell asleep and woke up to a bunch of tweets and WhatsApp messages. I didn't feel like it could get any worse than that. And we go and draw to Leeds yesterday. Like, not yesterday, sorry, on Monday. Like, what one for that? That is, bro? Like, it's like there's no ambition in the club anymore, bro. It's like there's no ambition. We're trying to make top four. We've been knocked out of the Champions League, which don't even get me started on that, because we could have won that game 5-0 against Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? But we get knocked out of the Champions League. We're fighting for top four, and we go and draw to fucking Leeds, bro. The fuck, man? But yeah, I've been going for. Oh my God, what's the goal? That was, sorry, I'm watching the Man City versus Villa match, and I just seen Foden just got a nice little goal.
1-1.
1-1, yeah. But that doesn't take anything away from Villa. Their man's just scored in 24 seconds. They scored, bruv. So
one of the goals in Premier League history. Yeah, but nah, seriously though. Let's talk a bit. Okay, let's talk a bit about you. You've, all banter aside, like, what has the past, was it 3-4 months been for you? Especially like with lockdown and everything. I know we're kind of coming out of it. What has it been like for you? What have you been up to?
Been very stressful. Depression is a big problem that we don't really talk about a lot. And I feel like the past 3-4 months I've been affected by that quite deeply. Having thoughts in my head and contemplating certain things. Um, but I'm cool now. I've had a bit of a rough 3 months, but I feel like lockdown has taken its toll on quite a lot of people, on everyone, to be fair, regardless of financial situation. So, it's not been easy. Um, dealing with work and my family and things has been very difficult. But, we move on. We move on, we digress, and we build. That's what we do. Like Anthony Joshua said, it was so nice. I had to do it twice. You get me? And that's life, bro. That's life. You get me? We have to keep moving. We have to just pick ourselves up and pick up the pieces. It's not how you get here. It's not how you lose, bro. It's how you deal with losing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not about how you lose, it's how you deal with it and how you handle that.
And how
Um
have you been handling that? Like, do you meditate? I know you're religious, you're Muslim. So how's it like for you going through fasting?
Fasting has been difficult this Ramadan. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um,
Is that
you know,
due to lockdown as well?
due to lockdown, due to my mindset hasn't really been big up Strong TV, big up Will as well. Um, they call you Barry.
No, forget that. It's a joke. Forget.
I said, forget that, brush that under the carpet. Nah, it's lockdown does affect your mental state, and I guess with religion, your mental state does play a part in that. Of course, it does. Um, but at the same time, having the strength to know, look, this is the situation and this is how I need to deal with it and this is what I can do to make myself feel better is always a great skill. For me, training has helped me a lot. I've been exercising. I've lost a lot of weight. I don't know if any of you guys have remember my face when I went live on
Yeah.
Gal's channel a few months ago, but I was big. So I've lost a lot of weight and the lockdown has helped me with that. And things. And it's just how you deal with it, man. It's really how you deal with your emotions and how you handle it. I guess that's why I stayed away from a lot of live streams. I didn't call in the terrace as often. I went away from Fraud Watch for a while. I wasn't on Monsters channel as much um, as I used to be, and that was mainly because of dealing with my own personal problems. I feel like for me, when I'm under a lot of stress, I tend to take it out on other people, and I didn't want to do that live on camera. So to put it all in a nutshell, for those wondering where I've been, that was why I didn't really want to come on stream and have an outburst because I was dealing with a lot. Um, but I'm good. I'm back now. Like I said, new channel. I'm gonna be working with the terrace again, hopefully. Um,
It takes a lot to talk about because
frozen, Fran. I don't know if you frozen on my end or your end, but you frozen. Yes, shock star. Big up, bro. Big up.
mental health isn't something that's exactly always open and
Mm.
public spoken about, especially with men. So, like for you to see that within yourself and say that you're going to take yourself out of a situation where you could potentially get angry at someone or snap is very actually big and very strong of you to do.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. Do you know what? I think that's the problem. That is the main problem with society. We don't know how to de-escalate a situation. We always look for the cure, and that's not great. I don't think looking for the cure is the best option. I like to look for the prevention because if you can prevent something from happening, you don't need to look for the cure. There was a line in a film, 21 Jump Street. I don't know if you guys remember that film, but Ice Cube said something in that film, and he said, "Infiltrate the dealer and find the supplier." It, it's a good little comment. And then Channing Tatum's character said, "What if we find the supplier first? Then we don't have to worry about the dealer." And for me, that's always resonated with me because it's such a good quote. Why not cut the head off the snake instead of cutting the tail? Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
That's deal with the de-escalation of the problem. I knew I recognized I had an issue, and I knew what would make that worse. And coming on live and doing the shows was going to make that worse. So instead, I removed myself from that, and now I feel like I'm in a good space to come on, reveal my face, and move forward with my channel.
Is that a how have you, like, since knowing taking yourself away from the situation and trying to prevent it, what have you done to prevent it? Like, do you meditate or something? Is it just you
I do a lot of
listening to
fitness.
music? Have you I know in lockdown you can't really go out and see a therapist, but have you spoken to someone? Like, even if it's just your friend or your
I've
family or something.
I've really sort of self healed myself. So with exercising, training, yoga, those type of things. The exercise I've been doing has been more body-based exercises. I've been doing a bit of weights, but a lot of it has been body-based exercises. Um, you know, and just this is a bit of a cliche, but if you try to think positively and just think happy, I know that's a bit of a cliche, but you know, it's not a cure, but it helps. I do definitely believe you get in what you give out, and if your energy is
Well,
good, then you will receive good energy. And the only way you can make your energy good is by thinking positively. But yeah, what's this Indiana? Yes, we finally got it out of him last week. What did you get out of him? What was that? What's he talking about? What did you get out of him? What's
and
Grandad talking about? For those that don't know, Indiana is my granddad in the YouTube world, because he's probably about old enough to be my granddad. So that's why, for anyone that doesn't know, I call him granddad.
that
Um,
is a violation. No, you can't say that. I'm gonna put in the link
because
and
he's
see if
old,
any.
bro. He's old. He's old, bro. He's an old man. He's an old geezer.
I'm not
He's
gonna
in
call
years
him
ago and everything.
Um. So, okay, yeah,
No,
I've
big
just
up
posted the
Indiana.
link for anyone to come in. Do you want? Because
Anyone who wants
we've
to come on, there's the link. Come on, ask me any question about my new show, about anything. Those of you that want to come on, just don't feel afraid to ask me anything personal or anything like that. You can ask Prime any question you want, but you probably won't get an answer. But I'm joking.
no, I'll
But
ask. No. I'm always asking questions. You can ask me any questions. I'll answer.
ask Prime anything. Ask Prime anything as
No,
well.
I'm talking about you.
Um,
Ask me any questions. I'll answer.
oh, me?
Yeah.
Any question?
In 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 reason. In reason. Mm.
uh, any
I will
question?
end. I will end this stream.
No, I won't ask you that. How have you coped with lockdown, and how have you incorporated, you know, what we're doing on YouTube and lockdown and dealing with things? Because I know you deal with a lot of things as well, as we all do.
Yeah, it's helped me a lot. Um, being part of the terrorist and part of this community, and funny enough, getting to know people who, like, about a year or two ago, didn't even know existed, and now all of a sudden I'm close to you all, and we speak like every day, and it's not just about football; it's about everything. And this is at a point where I've been able to open up and share things that I haven't with people. Been able to make lifelong friends. Um, it's helped me because I've always wanted to get into doing this, but never thought I'd really have the
Mm,
confidence to do it, or people would even like what I do. And now I'm at a
mm.
point where, like you've even said it, and Indiana's always and been saying it, that apparently I've changed and I've become
You
more
have, bro. You have. The
confident.
confidence is mad, bro. The
I
confidence.
don't see it personally, but well, no, I guess I do. Being able to, like, at a point where I will say what I think and just give my opinions. And yeah, I
You've
still
commanded respect. You have commanded respect from people. It's not that people didn't respect you before. I've always had respect for you, but it's you've commanded a presence where people will listen to you now. When you're talking, people will listen. Prime is talking, and I think that's a very powerful thing that you've done. in a space of a few months as well. It's not even being too long. How you've completely changed. But I'm sure the viewers watching will recognize that as well. The change in you has been, the confidence, the way you present yourself.
I don't notice that. I'll be honest. I didn't notice that there's been change. But again, no one really notices when. No, you don't really notice things about yourself until someone points it out. So
Yeah.
it's actually quite good, and I guess it's good for me because past for in what April now, so maybe almost a year. It's shown me that I can make it in this sort of space if I'm focused and keep being me and doing what I know I'm good at. There's no real limit to where I can get to. I mean, yeah, because for example, look at troops or expressions or rants and things like that, and look at where they've got to, even though they're not, people would say, professional in terms of that sort of industry. They don't look like Sky Sports presenters or they don't sound like them. Yet they're some of the best people out there.
Exactly. What is the typical look for someone that does our job? Because that's what it is. It's a job. This is our job. This is what we do, and I guess it kind of breaks the stereotype for who can be popular and who can be big in this world. Do you know what I'm saying? Because so many people would generalize someone and say, well, he's quiet, or he's a bit shy, or he's different. You know what I'm saying? Especially like you, Prime, being a black man with an Irish coming from Ireland, people would people wouldn't know how to take that, for example, and you were very quiet and
He freeze for me or just you? Oh, he falls for. Oh, okay. So it's for the whole stream itself. But while O'Shea gets back, um, let me read through this comments. O'Shea, carry on with this. You won't be getting to pick anything special from the shop after school on Friday. You won't be able to behave like this when you get to big school. Wow. Up Indiana. You're back.
listen, Grandad, yeah, when you get like in a few years when you're in your 70s, yeah, and you want me to look after you, I'm just gonna put you in a home, bro, and let the state look after you. Yeah, so you keep talking to me like that, Grandad, and you'll end up in a home. No, but look, what I was saying before, I don't know if the viewers heard me because I think they had a bit of a technical glitch. But you know, being a black Irish man, that I guess you broke the mold and the stereotype of, well, what is different about me, and then you being shy as well, and you broke that mold and was like, well, because a lot of people would have looked at you and said, well, he's different and he's shy, so is he going to succeed in this world? And you're one of the biggest people on this sort of platform on the football YouTube world. Um, and it goes to show, just persistence. Don't care what other people think. Doesn't matter where you've come from. Doesn't matter what you look like. Doesn't matter what your personality is. If you're just yourself and you're likable and you just be honest with your opinions, you can grow in this world. And I guess Prime is a good example of that.
I don't think I'm one of the biggest people in this space.
I think you are. In terms of, I think we all. When I say we all are, okay, we may not have 1 million subscribers, but when you look at the network and the following that we have, it's consistent. And that in itself makes you very big because our following is very consistent. We have the same fans, we have the same, group of people tweeting us out, liking our stuff, and that's very important. And we have to pay homage to those people because it's our fan base that makes us who we are. Like I said, this is our job, so it's our fan base that make us help us to succeed. So any more questions from Prime?
Fan base is important. I'm gonna put the link in the chat because I actually want to get some people.
Come on, people, man, join up. Ask us any questions, man. My new show Saturday. I will be on Igal's stream tonight as well. You will catch me on that. hopefully be working with Bits and Bobs as well soon. Fraud Watch every Friday. You know that. You know that. Me, Grandad, Jemima, Lorraine, Barry.
Jemima.
Um,
Oh my god, do you know how much that killed me?
uh, I love Jemima. What you saying, Jem? If you're watching, love, bro.
Do I still have that clip? Oh, if I can find it.
Please tell
That
me you do.
that moment kill. That's probably the best moment that's ever happened on YouTube. Jemima.
Jemima.
Oh my. Well, actually, yeah. Let's probably speak more on that because we spoke a bit when I actually interviewed you before. Your your wittiness, your one-liners, just your whole personality in general. Um, where's the main influence from that? Is it from like particular, like like in terms of who your role models that you've tried, maybe you've molded yourself from, or you've taken some bits of inspiration from?
I think I was always quite cheeky as a kid. You know, always answer back, always have something to say. You know, always trying to get the last word in. And I think obviously as you develop into an adult and you mature, if you keep that same personality trait, you know how to use it correctly. Um, I've always been into comedy and stuff. You know, Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, you know, big inspirations for me. In terms of their dry wit and their ability to just pick a joke out of anything. Um, but yeah, I guess observational skill. You know, being able to observe what's going on, what's being said, listening to. Oh, City have scored again. Right, being able to listen to what is being said and able to pick up on that and just make a joke out of it, like the Jemima joke. Um, you know, my brain is constantly going at like one to a dozen, so I'm constantly thinking of new things to say, funny, 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 and some of those things I don't say. If I said everything that came in my mind, bro, I'd get you guys shut down. Trust me. So
If you know what this guy's like off a live stream, it's ridiculous. I
it's
once
mad.
spoke to this guy for like 10 hours when we first uh
We
met
first ever
on
met. It was the first ever like interaction
interaction.
we had. Mm.
Uh, this guy really is an inspiration. The way this guy is able to, you're always quick witted and you're always on your feet. Like, do you think? Like, I know you like acting and you write skits and scripts and stuff, but do you think, um, like, have you actually tried comedy, like stand up comedy? Do you think that wouldn't work for you?
I don't think that would work for me as such because stand-up comedy is such a difficult profession. Like you, and also not only that, people don't realize with a lot of comedians, whenever you see them on TV, they've had to perform that same act in front of like a smaller crowd in like a local bar or club or whatever. And a lot of the time, people don't laugh at their jokes. When you hear them on TV, people haven't laughed at those jokes before. They're just trying them out. And that's very difficult to handle because it's one thing people not liking you online or not liking your music or not liking your ideas. But when you're a comedian, rejection is everything in that job. So it would be a very daunting thing to take on. And I don't think I'm that funny. I'm funny in terms of on the moment, quick witted, but to write a stand-up comedy routine,
Mm.
it's so difficult. People really underestimate the difficultness in stand-up comedy. Like it's a different ball game. Some of the greatest comedy writers in the world can't do stand-up. Like Keith Lemon, Lee Francis, who plays Keith Lemon, you know,
Mm.
brilliant comedy sketch writer, genius, Bo Selector, you know, Celebrity Juice, brilliant writer, but he failed in stand up, which is why he did Bo Selector. For those of you that are old enough to remember Bo Selector, because he failed in stand up. So stand up is such a difficult thing to get into. Um, it's really one of those things. It's kind of like football stand up, really. You kind of have to be born with the ability to do it. It's not something you can really train. I mean, you can, but if you want to be good and great, then you kind of have to be born with that ability. And I don't think I have that. Oh, it's a VAR check for the second goal. Um, by the way. It's currently 2-1 to City against Aston Villa. Just to let you guys know. And the referee is currently going to. Wow, this is madness. Sorry, guys. I just football. What's going on in the football world is madness. But yeah, it's for me. Comedy is very important to me, but I don't think I could ever do stand-up comedy. I don't think I've got the skill set to do that.
Because I, again, maybe it's my ignorance to it, but I didn't think necessarily it'd be that much difference. Because okay, if you're writing uh, a comedy show or a comedy skit or a comedic movie,
Hmm.
obviously you're making jokes, or there are certain scenes that are supposed to be funny, but
Hmm.
because you, for example, you're saying a comedian trying out a joke in front of hundreds of people before he can get it right for a tour, how do you know that joke? Yeah, I mean, you're working on that joke or that comedic scene, and then you're actually doing it, so you're filming it. How do you know that
Hmm.
joke is going to work or that scene is going to work? Is
Because
that
when
is
you're
that
writing,
difference?
yeah, when you're writing a sketch, you do tend to have a lot of other people around you that are reviewing your sketch. So like whenever I write a script for something, I will always show this to a diverse group of people, very different people, that come from different walks of life to get their interpretation of it, and to see whether it's funny or not. And also with a sketch, you do kind of have you have a lot of cushions around you, so to speak, a lot of safety nets because it's a program, it's a TV show, it's a film, or it's a episode or something. So there's other things that are going on in and around that particular joke that can make that joke funnier. Um, Whereas in stand up, it's just you and it's just that joke. And if that joke isn't funny, then that's it. We could write a sketch and my joke may not be that funny, but if everything else around the joke is funny,
The
then it can
situation,
sort of
yeah.
it can make the joke seem funnier. But in stand up, it is just you, a microphone, and you talking. And if you don't resonate with that audience, also as well, you have to do a lot of background work on your audience. If you do a show in Edinburgh and then you do a show in Belfast, you kind of have to change certain things in the jokes to make it current to those people. So the comedy sketch or the stand-up performance may be the same, but I may have to add certain things in if I'm going to Belfast because the people in Ireland, and make it relevant to them and make jokes about things that are going on so they understand. And then the same if I went to Liverpool and then went to Manchester in stand up, you have to kind of write for your audience. So it is very difficult to get into. Like I said, maybe one day in the future, who knows, bro? I don't like to rule anything out. But as of right now, it's more writing scripts and skits and things like that more than stand up.
Have you tried it?
Have I tried
Have you
stand up?
tried it? Yeah.
I've tried it, in front of friends and family and stuff, but I've never really done it in like a big group or in school or anything like that. More like in terms of
Would
friends and
you?
family.
Is that something you'd like to experience? Because even if you're not good at it, or you don't think it's something for you, do you not think it's something that's worthwhile experiencing once?
Um, it would be a great experience actually to sort of get the feels for that. I do believe, if you do something that knocks your confidence, or if you do something and you're sorry, let me re-emphasize. If you do something and you're rejected, it can build your confidence. So I do kind of feel like if I did stand up and I didn't go well, that would better me in my other things that I do, because the confidence of, okay, I've done that now. I know what that feels like. Um, so I guess I would definitely try it, but not anytime soon. It's not on the cards as of yet.
Mm. As actually maybe because me, I don't know. I find like I think it would be interesting for me to try um try acting and stuff like that. But again, it would have to be something that would work for me in terms of the right character, maybe the right script.
Mm.
Because we were just talking before we went live. So if you want to share some of that, talk a bit about that.
Yeah, yeah. We were talking about doing some scripts, some skits, and some shows. Me and Prime have got a lot of ideas for you guys. Completely out of the box madness. There's a reason why they call me Outlandish because I got some crazy ideas out there for some skits, man. Completely out of the box. I grew up in a generation where I was lucky enough to grow up in a generation where we weren't snowflakes and we made jokes about anything. And I'm not saying it's okay to be homophobic or it's okay to be racist or it's okay to be sexist, but comedy is still comedy. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't like to have that filter on myself where I have to be worried of what I say if it offends people. You get where I'm coming from? Like I don't. So as for these skits I've got with Prime, like if you're easily offended, then don't tune in to any skits because if it was a TV show, we'd be getting Ofcom complaints. Put it that way. Like I've got some crazy ideas, and plus I want to get Kai involved as well. And Kai, we know, has got no filter, as his YouTube channel says.
I
He
subscribe
does
to no
not care.
filter, by the way, people.
Yeah, man. Subscribe to KH No Filter podcast. Kai, big up Kai. Um, but yeah, so the skits me in Prime. I don't want to go into too much. I'll give you one clue as to one of them. Ashling. That's all I'm gonna say is Ashling.
If you don't know what that means, go back and watch the first one I did with O'Shea. The context is
Yeah. Listen though, I'm serious. Listen, Prime, you better get this. Listen, yeah. You know the links to get in contact with this person. Yeah. I want this date set up. So I'm relying
well,
on you, yeah.
the bigger I get as an Irishman in this space, maybe it's possible. Maybe it's possible.
Maybe.
Don't worry. As soon as I know, as soon as I have an opportunity, you will have the said opportunity. So
Listen, if I walk into a room and see you with said person, yeah, then me and you are gonna fall out, Prime. Yeah.
don't worry.
Look,
Don't worry.
people, I do have to go soon though because me and Prime are about to jump on a gal's stream. This was really just a short little announcement to get you guys ready for the show on Saturday. I will be doing an announcement on a gal's channel as well with my beautiful face there as well. So you guys and ladies can all get and enjoy that.
Also, why the before we go the face reveal? Why now?
Because I'm just paying, bro. What do you mean why, bro? I'm look at me, bro.
No. But why not before? So you weren't paying before.
I've lost a lot of weight now. Nah, you know what, brother? It was confidence. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'm confident in terms of like I can go on stage, I can perform. People know I've done music with a lot of big artists in the UK. If you know, you know. So confidence isn't really a problem for me in that sense. But when you're on YouTube, it's different because how can I explain? A music video is different because you can sort of edit it and have it however you want. And a movie, I guess, is different as well. When I've performed, on stage, the West End, when I used to perform in the West End as a kid, um, it's different because you've got makeup on and you're performing. It's a performance, not real. Whereas YouTube is completely different. Like this is unscripted, unfiltered. If you haven't combed your hair, bro, you haven't combed your hair. That doesn't matter. You're on live now, and thousands of people are gonna see that forever. If you've got gunk in your eyes, bro, and you go live, there's nothing you can do about that. So it's a lot of it is the confidence. Um, and I just didn't feel ready to show my face just yet. But now it's like I don't care. I'm here. You get me? So gal them, yeah, you know me, chocolate, come then. Man them, I don't roll that way. So don't be trying to hit man up on no fruity thing because I don't get down like that, yeah. And you know what it happens, bro. Listen, since I've been doing these shows, bro, the amount of guys that I've tried to message me on Twitter and send me things, and I'm like, bro, I'm not being funny yet, but I don't get down like that. Just don't do that to me.
What are they sending
Even
you?
this, I've had one guy calling me sexy. telling me things about it, and I was like, wow, this is mad, bro. That was one of the reasons I didn't want to put my face on as well, because I was talking to Terry on the terrace. Big up Terry as well for the football terrace.
Big up.
And I was talking to him, and he was telling me about one of, is it, what's his name, the little small guy that used to stalk him?
Safe.
Is it Safe?
Safe.
That's it. And I watched some of the old football terrace videos when he used to call in, and I just used to think to myself, like, nah, I can't be dealing with that, because this man called the terrace. For those of you that don't know, go back and watch Fan Park Live's old videos on the football terrace, and this guy called Terry and was telling Terry things about his personal life, like what car he drives and stuff. And and even though Terry made it into a joke on the show and stuff, and it was funny, like there's a real personal element to that. And I'm sure after that show, Terry and the other people, Adam and that was there, did have a little conversation about that, because it is a worrying thing, because we're normal people who have families and stuff. So I don't really want to be stalked by a weirdo. So that was one of the things that worried me about showing my face and stuff. But like I said, listen, any man that tries to come to where I live, yo, listen, yeah, I will drop you. Don't come to my yard. Don't
So
come
this guy actually is a roadman, so he is on
like
smoke.
it's like, it's not a joke, fam. Like, I'll catch bodies, fam. Don't come to my house, bro, trying to do some madness. You know?
Right. So maybe let's end on that before he says something to get us all kicked off YouTube.
Yeah. Like and subscribe to Prime's channel. Big up Prime, because look, this is where it all started. We were just calling in on the terrace, bro. That's what we were doing. We just called in on the terrace, and you know, maybe people had their own ideas for shows. I know Jem had GNA TV, and I know Monsters always had his show, but it didn't kick off until me and Prime had a 10-hour conversation, and David joined halfway through, and we were talking about Messi and Ronaldo, and then KJ joined, Neeks joined, Cameron joined, not Cameron. There's another Canadian American guy with glasses. I can't remember his name. Sorry. Brian. I'm so sorry, Brian, that I forgot that. I've spoken to you many times, so I should remember your name. But Brian joined, and from there we just kept doing that. Me and Prime on Twitch, and then this is, you know, one thing led to another, and then Indiana set up his YouTube channel. We started going on Monsters channel quite a lot. Big up Monster CFC as well. Please go like and subscribe to his channel. Show him a lot of love as well. We started going on Monsters channel, and then we sort of went over to Indiana's channel, which has kind of become all of our channels, I guess. The Fraud Watch team is kind of like a joint thing, even though Indiana is the owner. It feels like a family sort of joint thing, and that's where it stems from. But it stemmed from Prime staying on the phone with me for 10 hours, and we were just talking. We were talking about football. We were getting to know each other. I'm bearing in mind, people, this was our first ever interaction. Like, we had never spoken ever before. Like, I called the terrace. I gave my opinion. Prime called the terrace, and then we stayed on the Skype call with each other afterwards. So, yeah, it's a bit mad, isn't it? It's a bit mad how things can just, in the space of 10 months, 8 months, can just sort of spiral. And we've all got our own channels now. So it's mad. So big up the terrace for that, because the terrace is what made all this possible. And then big up Prime. Big up Prime.
I haven't done anything.
Big up Prime, bro. Because Prime, what a lot of you guys don't really know, and I'm not going to go into too much detail because this is personal, but Prime is very important to a lot of our channels behind the scenes. Prime does a lot of work. You know, so what you guys don't see on camera is the difficult part, and Prime is a big part to play for that. If it wasn't for Prime, a lot of us wouldn't have the channels we have today. So we have to, you know, big up Prime as well, and big up Monster as well. Monster is definitely, you know, big up Monster with the channel, his channel, because he helped Fraud Watch quite a lot when we were going on his channel. And you know,
subscribe to. I mean, I'm assuming you guys are subscribed to him anyway, but subscribe to Monster CFC on YouTube. He was at the Chelsea. Yeah, it was yesterday. He was at the Chelsea protest yesterday among some other Chelsea fans as well. So and they really helped with the whole Super League situation. Jem's here as well. What up, Jem?
Yo,
what's going on, Jem?
Jemima? Man. It's weird seeing you. What the fuck?
It's mad, isn't it? It's weird seeing myself, bro. Whenever I'm on camera, I forget what I look like. I'm
Yes,
so
people,
used to.
smash that like button, get subscribing as well. Come on, let's get O'Shea to 100 as quickly as possible. Let's go.
Thank you, bro. Peace and love, bro. Thank you, thank you.
So what we
This
saying?
is a man I want to do a lot of work with as well. GNA TV, because a lot of exciting stuff going on his channel. If you guys don't know, I've been, paying attention. GNA TV is a very exciting channel, so hopefully I can do work with these guys in the future.
Yeah,
So big up Gem,
100%.
big up Ads.
Don't even need to ask, mate. You don't even need to ask. Always.
Love, bro. Love, bro. Love, love, love.
So what's happening with your shit team, man?
My shit team. Listen, I don't know, bro. I really don't know. But I might just start supporting Everton.
Did you just say that? What the fuck? I never thought you would say that.
I mean, Everton are better than Liverpool right now.
No, I'm joking. Stafford, I shouldn't really say that. But Liverpool. I mean, what's going on with your shit team, Gem and Prime? Because the draw yesterday, you gave us a real good chance to get top four, because after the draw to Leeds, it was almost done for us. And then you guys dropped wins as well. So it's back at square one again.
Yeah, we're just fucking idiots. Let's be serious. We've got a habit of just throwing. When we have an opportunity to capitalise, I've noticed it this season. And I'm not even just talking under Tuchel, because Tuchel we've performed quite well. But even under Lampard, when we've had the opportunity to capitalise on some points or get in front of someone, we've always flopped. I just don't know why. I honestly don't. People say, it's the ESL. It got in their brains. Tuchel was saying that they weren't actually talking about strategies or nothing in the changing rooms. All they were talking about was the ESL. But come on, man. Like, it was still a big game. Do you know what I mean? It was announced that we were pulling out of it anyway. So the players' mentality and their mindset should have been, right, cool. We still got to get Champions League. Champions League is still on next season. Let's get on with it. Why not try and get ourselves to third? If we would have won, we would have gone third. We would have gone third. And we.
Gem, I don't think it's that much of a. Again, I don't think it's that much of a big deal. We're fourth now, and yes, I would like to capitalize when everyone else drops points. But the fact everyone else also dropped points, I don't think it's that much of a big deal, because at least the gap wasn't extended or closed.
You guys have a really tough run of games, though. Like, other than Manchester United away, Liverpool could quite easily win the remainder of our games in the season. You guys have City. I think you've got Arsenal, and then who's else? You've got Leicester
and Villa.
Back to back.
But the thing with us, we play well in big games, so we're not dropping. We're not going to drop many points against those teams, if any.
Yeah, but then it's not about playing well in big games, though, Prime. Because you look at the Easter schedule, because you've got City, you've got Arsenal, then you've got Leicester, then you've got the Real Madrid legs.
Yeah.
What are you going to prioritize? Top four, the Champions League, like what? Are you going to
wait?
Yes, go up. Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest, the games in the Premier League, I'm not worried about any of them. I'm confident enough that we can get top four. The thing that will prove to me with Tuchel, the thing that will prove to me that I can believe in Tuchel is that if we win the FA Cup and beat Real Madrid in the Champions League, I know that consistency in the league is great, and I still expect to challenge for the league title next year. But for me, winning a trophy will prove more to me than Tuchel getting over the line, maybe fourth. For me, anyway. For me, the priority should be winning a trophy, because we are Chelsea, and I like winners as a manager. I know top four is well and great. It gives you a lot of money. You can attract better players. But for me, I think Tuchel, for what Tuchel's coming to do, he's coming to win trophies. So that's why I'm more. If I was Chelsea, I'd be focused on beating Real Madrid, getting to that final, and winning the FA Cup.
Nah, but Will, we've got to get top four, mate. I'm sorry, we cannot spend spend that kind of money. And
I guarantee you, you can clip it up. I guarantee you, we'll get top four.
Yeah, I do. I think we will as well. And to be honest, I actually think we might finish third, because I do think Leicester are going to decline in these last couple of games. But I don't know. Like, we're going into that West Ham game, the thing that annoys me with it all is we could have beaten Brighton, been 2 points ahead of West Ham.
Yeah.
Going into that West Ham game on Saturday and beat them, and then be 5 points away from them. But now we're on the same points as them. We're above them on goal difference, and we go to their ground where they've been performing very well and have to win. It's just pressure we don't need. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Jem, you know the funny thing, yeah, I see Chelsea performing against West Ham though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the type. I think the moment with Chelsea,
Do you know why I don't think Chelsea will
perform.
perform?
We tend to perform against the teams where we don't. You wouldn't expect us
West
to
are
put
both-
on a.
Do you know why I don't think you'll win that game? You know why I
Right.
don't think you'll win? Because I've noticed something today with the two matches I've just watched. I watched Tottenham versus Southampton and City versus Aston Villa. Now, Tottenham and City won both of those matches. But I feel like since this ESL has come out, these lower teams have like it's like they're playing to hurt us. I watched the way Southampton played against City just then, and it was like they wanted to teach City a lesson. And the same with against City, against Tottenham, and they wanted to teach Tottenham a lesson. And then Villa really pushed City all the way. And I just feel like, Southampton aren't great. So Tottenham were able to get over the line. And then obviously, City are incredible. So they were able to beat Aston Villa. But are Chelsea going to be good enough to do that against West Ham?
It is
Because
only
if West
half
Ham
time,
comfy,
To be fair, O'Shea, I sort of get what you're saying with that,
Yeah.
but I think the stakes for West Ham are already so high as it is. I don't think it'll really affect them. I get what you mean in other games, but where West Ham sit, I think the expectations for them, they know now how many games they're left exactly. I actually don't know.
5, innit? Something like
5
I don't
games
think the
left.
stakes are that high. Because if you look at West Ham in recent years, they are a team that finish outside of Europe. Now, even if they finish outside the top 4, to get into the Europa League for West Ham is
They
such an
deserve it.
achievement.
They deserve it, mate. From what I've seen, you know what I mean?
It is.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not trying
Yeah.
to undermine that how Moyes has overachieved this year, but as I said for Lampard, as I said for Brendan Rodgers at Leicester, expectations do change. If you're in a position where you can capitalise on maybe other teams being weaker, but bigger teams going through bad runs of games, their players flopping, etc., and not quite working, in my opinion, David Moyes will be looking at this saying, I will be disappointed if I don't get top 4. He could be looking at it like that. So I think the expectations are not, maybe the expectations is the wrong word for like an outsider looking at West Ham, but I think they'll be very disappointed if they can't get over the line.
How many players?
Go on, Jeff. Go on.
How many players are in for against us? Because I heard Lingard might be injured. Is Declan Rice back as well?
Declan Rice full out, and that's a big miss. Look at West Ham's last 3 or 4 games. They've been going 2 or 3-0 up very quickly, and then they've been bottling those leads because they don't have an anchor in midfield. They're playing Mark Noble and Souček. Souček, he loves to bomb forward and get goals, and Mark Noble is way too old right now. There are holes in that team. Lingard being out will make a difference to them going forward.
Dawson's suspended as well.
Dawson, who I don't even think is that good, but
he's in good
works
form.
well for West Ham. That's going to be a big miss for them. So they don't have much of a threat, and in midfield they'll be quite open. And plus, we have players coming back. We have Kante and Kovacic. At least one of them coming back is a big difference.
I think our defense. I think yesterday when I watched the game, I think the main problem we had is that our defenders. You can tell that we were missing a Spilicueta. You can tell we were missing the usual back 5 where we were able to kind of. And Jorginho also yesterday, he had a bit of a horrible game. Like, we were just slow. The problem with that game...
I don't think he was horrible. I think it was just he missed Kante or Kovacic alongside him.
I think also Mount looked a bit lost also yesterday.
Yeah, he's not a 6.
It's just, there was that missing link between the defence. There was that link. There was no link between defence, midfield and attack. It was the same... This could have been the same performance that we had against Crystal Palace, but the only difference was that we were slow on the ball and we weren't as sharp in the final third. We could have won that game yesterday, 2-3-0, if we actually took our chances. If we actually, like, in the final pass,
Nah, we were shit.
We were, yeah, but Jen,
we were shit.
We had a few clear-cut chances, though, to be fair, which we should have scored.
Sluggish, Ziyech was dog shit, but I'm just saying, like, there was times, we're like, oh, yeah, come on, you would have been in.
Exactly, Alex.
It was just a bit more quality, and that's a goal. Like, Havertz's shot, Pulisic's chance, Ziyech, you know what I mean? There's moments in a game where you have to score, and we didn't score in those moments of the game. So it's just
exactly. You're gonna have Mount, who's gonna be able to play further up the pitch. You're gonna have Kante back or Kovacic. Either one of them will probably play if they're back.
I see Thiago Silva.
As for the Quetta, you'll have back. You have a fully fit Ben Chilwell back instead of Alonso. You have.
Fuck off, man. He does my head in. He's such a.
Do you guys not worry though that Tuchel over the next few games may rest some of his best players for the semi-final.
Yeah,
No,
but
I'm not.
It doesn't. I wouldn't sound
Yeah.
worried. I wouldn't sound worried.
Worried.
I wouldn't sound worried.
It's how
Yeah.
how
I'd
he
be more. Sorry, go
how
on,
he-
James.
it's how he utilizes the squad and
Yeah.
where he plays them. Because if he does what he did against Brighton, does silly things like plays Mason Mount next to blimmin' Jorginho or a Kante, just an area that you know that we're going to suffer from, and then you keep playing Alonso, who I just think is not good enough, man. He does not help Cunha in any way. I feel like we play with 10 men when this guy's on the pitch. Like for me, this depends on the rotation, who he's got coming in, and the line. Really, we've got a good enough squad. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. We've got a good enough squad to do it. But like for example, like Ziyech, right? He'd be really good, barring the Man City game in the European games. But when it comes to the Premier League, man gets shifted off the ball like nothing, bro. Like he can't even control a ball. Like he can't even make a pass sometimes.
There's no intensity when he plays. Nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I was getting annoyed, he was literally just looking like he wasn't even wanting to be on that pitch, Like, look, fair enough. Maybe he was fasting. Maybe he wasn't having as much energy. Maybe there was those types of problems. But at the same time, man, he didn't even look like he wanted to be on the pitch. He just looked like he was just didn't put any effort in, and it's just really pissed. That really
Werner as well. Oh my god! When he came on and he left it to go out, and he thought it was a corner. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but I don't like
Werner not performing this season may actually be one of the best things for Chelsea, because if you go out and sign Haaland, you then now have a squad with Haaland, Werner, Tammy Abraham, and Giroud all as strikers. Now that is lethal.
Havertz
That
as
is
well, an option.
it's mad. Like, okay, obviously we expected more from Werner, but he's got 22 goal contributions.
Yeah, no, he's done well. He has done well in that sense. I tell you,
He's done well, but
it's actually he's got 12 assists and 10 goals in
Oh,
the season.
my biggest thing with Timo Werner is this, right? If he wasn't contributing in any way or creating space for us to score goals, which he does a lot in games, especially against teams that play high lines, Liverpool, Man City, people that are a bit naive against us, If he wasn't doing any of that, right, and he wasn't even trying to play to his strengths, then I would be worried. But it's because the guy plays to his strengths. We actually benefit from it in games because we know he's got a lot of pace. We know that we can play him over the top. We know he can assist. All right, he needs to score goals. That's a fucking issue. That's a big issue. We need a goal scorer. But if he wasn't doing that, I'd be more worried.
Jem, he's a perfect squad player. He's a perfect squad player.
I think he's going to be a squad player next season.
He's not a bad option to have off the bench. You can use him playing to his strengths against certain opposition that can trouble them. That's probably what he's going to be.
But Will, I still don't think we play to his strengths, mate. I really don't. I think
I agree, Jem. I agree the same.
It frustrates me the amount of times we do not make that pass when you right. The guy's forever tracking back. Do you know what I mean? Trying to get back on side because we ain't got any deep line distributors that can pick the ball up, look up, and play that ball when he needs to be quickly. As and that's the issue. I think that's a part of an issue that we've got at the moment.
Yeah.
But then you've got to look at it. We've got to. It's difficult because you've got to. It's going to be difficult to get players. A lot of in my opinion, anyway, this year, I don't see many players leaving. If I'm being honest, I don't see us be able to get the players that we want to replace, or all of them, out of the door. I don't see that happening. I've heard on some streams people say we're going to do a massive clear out. I don't see that happening. If I'm being honest, I don't see it happening.
I think we'll get.
I don't think you need a clear out. I don't think you really need a clear out. I think there's some deadwood players you need to get rid of, like Jorginho and
no. Jorginho's not at the level of Emerson and Alonso.
But you do need to get rid of. You do need to get rid of.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
All I was saying is there are a few players you need to think of getting rid of, but in terms of overall clear out, you don't need a big clear out. I just think you need to. I wouldn't even get another goalkeeper. I think Mendes is good enough to do the job that he's been provided for, and I think he's too good to be a number 2. You'd end up having to sell him because he's.
Did you say that, Prime? Did you say I agree?
I've been bigging Mendy up since our first Don't do this.
Wait, Will, you know what MC now? I think we should keep him. I think he's a good option, like to keep as a second choice left back. Why not keep Emerson and sell Alonso?
He's
mate. The drop off's too big.
Do you know what annoys me with Emerson? He's actually a talented player.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's bad. He's not.
He lacks concentration. That's his fucking problem.
He looks like he's always hungover.
Probably is, bro. Wouldn't you be if he was a multi-millionaire?
As a second choice left back, I don't think he is a bad option to keep.
Yeah, but we don't. The problem I got with this, and it's the same problem I got with Tammy Abraham.
And he's happy to stay. He's happy to like stay in the team and not complain. That's
No,
the only other thing.
Alex, my issue with that, right, it's the same with Tammy Abraham. They're not bad players, but Tuchel don't like them. So what's the point of them being in our team? Sell them. There's no point of keeping
I
them.
think you should keep Tammy. I think you should keep
No,
Tammy.
no. Tuchel does like Emerson though.
He does like.
Remember what was it? It was like Madrid second leg he scored,
Yeah,
and then we went into an international break. Emerson was going to play more games, but he got injured.
Did Emerson play by Sheffield United as well?
Yeah.
Did he play?
That's
In the
also,
FA Cup?
I'm not sure. I think he might have played left centre back. I think he played.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, play their centre back. I know they're just. I mean, Barnsley was meant to be a dead rubber game. I know we only won 1-0, but I think he played their centre back there as well.
You know, I think Brighton's game, like, it shouldn't be an experiment, but I think he kind of experimented with the team. I think he wanted to see how Rudiger, Christensen, and Zuma would do it in the back, and I guess he knows that he's not going to do that ever again, and he's
no leaders.
and he's not going to play Mount there again. You know what I mean? If it worked, then he would.
Would you actually think about maybe playing Zuma versus West Ham because of their game plan? They like crosses in the box.
I think
they try and bully you.
I think he will. I think he might.
Yeah. For Antonio, yeah.
The thing is, we don't.
Do you know what?
Zuma's
Go on,
good.
go on.
Dominated DCL when they came to Stamford Bridge. Like he won that battle convincingly as well.
Yeah.
He that's his strength. Zuma, it just depends who you're up against. If you're playing a team that are quick and they don't play aerially, it's all on the floor. You don't want Zuma in there.
No.
I think.
Oh, man.
Do you know what I was thinking of,
Can't play football.
earlier, guys? Just kind of off the Chelsea topic a second.
Yeah.
Do you guys not feel like, in terms of top four, a lot of these mid-table clubs have kind of missed the boat, really? Because next season, I do think the Premier League will go back to normal, and it will be Liverpool, City, and Chelsea, and United all fighting for top four. And I don't really think. I think Leicester will be in there, and I think Wolves may be in there. I don't know, with Neto and Jimenez injured, maybe not. But I do think the Premier League will somewhat go back to normal next season. Do you not think some of these mid-table clubs have missed the boat, like Everton and Southampton and Villa,
No.
if they don't get top four?
No, not really. I mean, you've got to look at Arsenal and Spurs. What are they? What actually are they? Are they a team next season that's going to be up in the top 6 bracket? Are they going to be a team that's going to be in the top 8 bracket, top 10 bracket? What? Because if we're saying top 8 and top 10, then that allows teams like the Evertons, the West Hams, the Wolves to come again and fight for Europe. You know, so I think Liverpool. I think it's a big I think it's going to be a big summer for you lot, O'Shea.
I really do.
Like, if you go through this summer and you bring in one player, say bring in 2 players, but you get, obviously, Wijnaldum's gone. We already know he's going Barcelona, isn't it? If I'm right. Yeah. Like, if you don't fully improve, and especially your centre backs as well, if you don't improve, because I think you need quite a lot of players. I'm not going to lie.
We've got Ibrahim Konate coming in.
Yeah. I think you could struggle for top 4. I think you might even struggle to like top 6. I really do.
I don't know about top 6 because with Van Dijk and Gomez coming back, I do think that will make a massive difference. I know, look, we got beat 7-2 by Villa when Van Dijk was still playing, but that was more of an anomaly because we were still playing decent. I do think Van Dijk coming back will make a big difference. And Henderson as well, coming back as well. Ibrahim Konate is someone we're looking at who apparently we're on the verge of signing. So he's like a Upamecano 0.2.
O'Shea as well with Liverpool. You also
injury prone though.
For the whole season. You also unless Van Dijk or Gomez gets injured or Konate comes in and gets injured, you'll be able to play Fabinho in defensive midfield as well for the whole season. So that should help. That should help with Thiago and then Henderson as well.
Yeah. That having Fabinho back in the midfield this season will be brilliant, and we'll just because we saw the impact.
Yeah,
we miss Henderson as well. I do think we need a number 10 though. There's one number 10 in particular that I really want, and I've said this a minute ago before you guys came on. No, Jack Grealish. Oh my gosh, you know how much I'd love to have Jack Grealish at Liverpool.
I think everyone.
I like him, man. I like him.
O'Shea, would you take There's obviously Juventus are looking to sell him. Dybala, would you take him?
Dybala's not really number 10. He's more of a false 9, and I'm tired of the whole false 9 thing now. I love Bobby Firmino. and he's been crucial to us winning what we've won. But I want a Harry Kane. I want a Haaland. I want a striker. I want a Torres back, a Suarez. That's what I want. I want a striker that's going to go out and get me 30 goals a season. I want us to play through the middle more. You know, number 10 striker, and then you still got the fullbacks that can get assists and everything as well. So I don't want Dybala because he's a false nine, isn't he? And he's not very good false nine. He's not been great the past couple seasons. So I don't know. I don't want Dybala anywhere near the club. Not at all. I tell you who I would take though, who scored a goal against us the other day. Apparently Real Madrid want to sell him. Marco Asensio. Oh my god, that guy is on smoke. The fact that I don't understand,
to be honest, Asensio.
I don't get why they want to sell him. Why do you want to sell him?
His talents there, of course. He's very talented, of course. I mean, you don't get, and I know Cristiano Ronaldo was at Real Madrid, but he said that he sees Asensio as a future Ballon d'Or winner, and you don't get that much high praise for no reason. I wouldn't take Asensio at Chelsea because I think there's a little bit of you don't know what to expect with him. He could come to Liverpool and be a great signing, or he could flop. I don't. He's obviously talented though.
The thing is with Liverpool, you know, like all the signings that they did, like Salah, Mane, and yes, Van Dijk and Alisson, we all knew they were going to do good. But with Salah and Mane, no one really knew how they, like before they bought them, like no one really
especially
knew.
Salah, especially.
Yeah, I mean, like we all expected, those are just good signings, like wingers. And we all knew Mane was a good player, but we never knew that he was going to be this good, and neither we did with Salah. So you can never. That's the thing. It's always a bit of a gamble, isn't it? Like you're always going to sign some players, and you never know if they're ever going to like actually.
I was asked actually.
It's down to the players' mentality. Also, it's not just.
I was asked about Suarez actually the other day, in terms of like a striker, and because there's been a lot of rumors about him potentially coming back to Liverpool, but I don't know how I feel about that because he's a racist. So how do I feel about that? He's world class. He comes to Liverpool, and I think we win the Premier League if he comes to Liverpool, with the squad we've got. But
the shit he's done,
he bites people and he's racist and he bites people. He does, bro. He's bitten 3 people.
I know he does.
There's some things he's said and done in the past. Did he even apologize?
He never apologized for calling Patrice Evra what he called him. Was it Patrice Evra? Yeah, it was.
It was.
He's never really apologized for biting people. He just kind of brushed.
He's done some dodgy social media posts as well.
Yeah, he's a very odd man. He's a very odd man. He reminds me of like his personality reminds me of like an extreme Diego Costa.
Yeah, an R-rated Diego Costa.
Yeah,
you know, this is the thing, right? You know, Diego Costa. Yeah, he always used to play on the edge of everything. Yeah, but he knew the limit. Like this is what they said in an interview about him. He was like he knows how to push people to the limit, to the max, to the point where he doesn't actually get sent off. So
yeah, he's very smart.
He's very smart with what he does. Do you know what I mean? But Will, do you know who I actually want Chelsea to get in terms of a defender if we're actually going to get someone after I really want him as well, man. Koundé.
Wait, who do you want? Yeah, I really like him. Yeah,
I want Koundé, mate. That is the player I want Chelsea to get next.
Yeah. I think Chelsea should go all out and drop 86 million and get Varane. Could you imagine?
Varane wouldn't even cost that much. I reckon I've seen reports saying 50 million. You could get him for.
I think he's overrated. I do. I don't get the whole thing with him. Like I don't know.
He's definitely top 10.
I'd take centre-backs in Europe. I'd take Varane or Koundé. I'd take either.
You know who I'd love at Liverpool actually, and I've heard some rumours about him recently, but he's too injury prone. Samuel Umtiti. I think he's a great defender. He's just too injury prone.
Zenit are looking at him, aren't they?
Yeah, Zenit. Yeah.
I hope he doesn't go to Zenit. I don't like that club.
Jem, who would you play Koundé if he came to Chelsea? Who would you play him with, like in a back four though? Because you need someone who's aerially good. Because Koundé's good on the ball and he's a good defender.
He's decent in the air for his height, but his height can't. His height,
I mean, like him against Burnley players, or like he might get.
But the thing, right. If Zuma could wake up, if he could actually wake up, he wouldn't be a bad player. If it was a back four, if we're talking about a back four, he would be good because aerially he would complement very well.
Rudiger's decent in the air as well.
Rudiger's a good shout. But I just don't know if Rudiger if he'd be good in a back four or if this back three again just suits him because a lot. I
Kunde
think
could be signed for a back three though. We could play Kunde in right centre back.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. That I can see that happening. Also.
I don't
As
want
an
to see
Aspilicueta
Christensen.
replacement.
I think him and Christensen are too alike in many ways.
Yeah, but I think Kunde's a better defender.
Oh, of course he is. There we go.
Oh.
There's no comparison with that.
But the thing is,
clown.
the thing is with me, the thing is with Zuma, I think I think he is in Tuchel's plans, but not as like a main starting centre back because I think Zuma on the ball is good enough, and Tuchel likes ball playing centre backs. He likes to.
Do you know what? I love the three.
Zuma can't do that. Like he's not that. He's not good with his feet. Like
He's better in the back four, Zuma.
Alex, if we stick to the three at the back next year and we have a three of Silva, Kunde, and Rudiger, I'd be happy.
Even as a four at the back, I think I do see him playing and changing the four back where he will. I think he just
Silva
general,
couldn't.
even when he was at PSG, he likes players who can play and on the ball. And
he also not Kunde, sorry. Tuchel's always likes players that are versatile. Kunde can also cover as an option at right back if for the future that would be good if Reece James is ever injured. No, and Aspilicueta's not there anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would be all for it if we got Kunde. I mean, I'll be all for it. It's just, I guess my word is just like, is he gonna get bullied in the Prem? But we don't. I guess we don't know, do we? But because of his height, but then, yeah. I mean, you never know. Like Puyol was short, but Puyol was playing in La Liga, and he never played in the Prem. Puyol
I
came
think
to the
Liverpool
Prem.
should go out and get Koulibaly, Shea.
40 million is what they want for Koulibaly.
Koulibaly. Oh.
I think if we get Koulibaly, I think we will win the league because Van Dijk and Koulibaly lineup is automatically. I think you could compare that to Vidic and Rio.
Why don't we get Koulibaly? Why shouldn't Chelsea get Koulibaly? Like, I mean, he's 30, he's 29. Like, he's probably going to play.
No,
for
he's
another
30
4 or
now.
5
He's
years.
30.
He's 30.
He's 30 now.
Thiago Silva's 36. Like, Thiago Silva's 36, and
but you got Thiago Silva for a specific reason, though. Like, if Thiago Silva wasn't Thiago
well,
Silva, you would never have signed him.
If I'm being honest, Jem, and Alex and everyone here, I honestly believe that if we do change your back four, I think Rudiger will start next to a centre back we bring in. I think Rudiger's Tuchel's guy. And I think I see him being a starter next year.
Yeah.
When Tuchel's here.
You look at Chelsea's squad now. Yeah, you've got Mendy, good goalkeeper. Reece James, second best right back in Europe.
Better than Trent. Yeah.
No one there as good as Trent.
He is.
That's why Trent's won a Champions League. And
no, but he's better in this season than it. Let's be serious. Trent's been.
Yeah, he's been better this season, and he's definitely better defensively by a long shot.
Matty Cash got sent off.
Who?
Oh, Matty Cash got sent off.
Rams cross.
But when you look at Chelsea's team, other than two centre backs, just Ben Chilwell, I think is a very, very good left back. Other than the centre backs, your team's practically perfect. I think maybe you need another striker because Timo Werner.
Our midfield is screwed, man. We need.
Your midfield is heavy, bro. What do you mean? You've got Kante, Mason Mount, Kovacic.
But we can have 10 players in there. Still doesn't mean that we still.
We need Locatelli from Sassuolo if we're going to upgrade.
Actually, Kovacic and Fabregas are not the future. Like Kovacic, I think he's going to be a Chelsea for a very long time. But like we still need that player who's a deep.
We'll give you Naby Keita. We'll give you Keita.
Do you know I'd actually drop if he came in because I actually think they're very alike. And I know everyone's going to be like, "Oh no, what are you talking about?" I'd actually drop Kovacic. Yeah, I'd actually get rid of him if we got that Hussein or that because he's got end product. He can dribble with the ball and he can set up goals and he can assist probably. Kovacic can dribble with the ball, but he's final third.
The thing is, Jem. I think Aouar's a little bit unproven as a number 6, and I think I'm assuming that you want to play a double pivot. I think as an 8, Aouar is clear.
Though, technically, he would be better. He'd be better with the ball. I mean, they're both good at dribbling with the ball.
Oh yeah, Jem, I love Aouar. He's one of my favorites.
I don't think playing a double pivot is. Sorry, go on.
No, that's what I wanted to say. I think Kovacic is more proven.
He is.
In a 6.
Yeah.
As an 8, Aouar is, in my opinion, a lot better than Kovacic.
Yeah.
I don't think a double pivot is the best option for Chelsea. When you look at how Chelsea's set up, you've got very attacking fullbacks who are very good at attacking, but your defense is a bit iffy. So if it was me, I would play with two CDMs like Liverpool. You've got Kante, who's already world class. Get another CDM and then play with a world class number 10 who's going to get you those goals, get you the ball in the box. I think that's what Chelsea need.
No,
I
it's
don't
true.
think.
You know what I mean? Like O'Shea, if we had like if our cam, yeah, if our attacking midfielder, left wing, right wing, and strikers were doing all the business up front, we wouldn't have to worry about those two other players behind. So that's
Exactly.
the problem at the moment. That's the problem at the moment. No one is really stepping up. We're not having that. We're not like a Tottenham where like we have a Harry Kane who can just step up and win you games, or we don't have that at the moment. And
Because you need a leader.
Yeah, and that's because Havertz is 22, Mount is 22. Who else? Werner's only first time in the league. Pulisic is 21. Like, yeah, I mean, like
Hudson-Odoi is 20 as well.
I mean, like for people to Ziyech is 27, but like, yeah, I mean,
No.
he looks, he just came into the league. Like for people to say that Chelsea should be trying to challenge, for me, it's a bit ridiculous, man.
Exactly,
Like,
and
yes, we
also
have a
when
good
you
team. Yes, we have a good team, but look, we're still developing into a good squad. We're not the finished product at all.
But look,
also
guys,
when
I need to jump off. I need to jump off, guys.
Yeah.
Because I need to jump on a gal's stream to promote this Saturday. But look, big up Prime, big up Gem, big up Will. Who's the other guy on channels? Alex, yeah, big up Alex as well.
No worries,
Obviously, shout out, yeah. You man, big up. Peace, yeah.
See you later, O'Shea.
Safe, bro, safe.
Are we still going live?
Yeah. I could end it actually.
It's up
Because
to
I
you.
was meaning to. Then we started talking about Chelsea and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rest of you guys want to shout yourself out, Alex?
Yeah, just my Twitter just here at the bottom. Just follow me on Twitter, please, and shout out to Prime's channel and GNA TV, all the other channels, But yeah.
Will?
You can find me at @CFC_ on Twitter. Big up to Prime, big up GNA TV. Go and subscribe to them. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Wait.
And
Nexus?
the Nexus. Yeah. Subscribe to the Nexus.
Prime on the Nexus. What is it that you do on there? Like it's films, isn't it? It's like
Films, comic books, TV series.
What types of like films like what
Different franchises like Marvel, DC, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Andrew will do some Walking Dead thing. I think he's doing anything really. We're going to be doing some reactions on there soon to Awful Logic and how people see film and making fun of them.
Because interesting. I'm getting off topic here, but interesting because I'm studying like at uni. I'm studying like architecture and design, and I'm looking at like the psychoanalysis and like psychology of design in films when like the ways things are designed and like I said design and like all these kind of interesting things. So like it's quite interesting how the kind of the psychology of films, but like and the way people design particular things, how a film's set up and stuff like that. But
The meaning of it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, sounds good, mate.
And Gem as well.
Yeah, I mean, big up to everyone here. Obviously, everyone's really shouted out GNA TV. We appreciate that. But yeah, you can find me on GNA TV, on Twitter, CFC_Gem. And yeah, man, get smashing that like button for O'Shea and get his likes up and subscribe as well, people.
Yeah. Bye.